Alright, so had some time to dry. I think that came out pretty good. And this section of the ship is all set. It's got the logo and it's got the paint. And I'm also thinking that we can do one coat. That's going to work. What I want to do, we'll make the windows a little bit bigger because I just wanted to get the basic shape of the windows down. But what we can do is we're going to black out the area. We're just going to make it just a little bit larger for the black. The white is going to be the window frame and the little lattices that are in the window. All right, we're going to take the masts off for now, the bowsprit. I think what we're going to do, all right, let's get her off the stand. We're going to paint the bottom of the hull first, and it's going to be white along what we had done up until this lattice. We're also going to take care of the base. I think what we're going to do, let's see, will that hold? Actually, we'll do the painting first. Because I want to actually put stain on the bottom, and we're going to use the Minwax. I'm actually going to use a Q-tip to spread the stain on the base. And I'm thinking we're only going to need one coat of this. I think we're going to do the masts in this color as well. All right, let's do the top. The beauty of the Q-tip is that you don't have to worry about cleanup. That looks good. That looks like everything is nice and coated. Again, we're going to do white along the hull on the bottom. Let's see if we have any pictures of the hull. You can see a close-up picture where there's white on the bottom of the hull. Now there is a line where they're separating the two white sections with a section of looks like dark brown, but we're going to just do all the white because we don't have the same amount of room as the ship does. And the wood is going to absorb a lot of the paint, so that way there I want to put it on thick and see if we're going to need a couple of coats. The way it's going on right now, because it's not as dark as the beige, I can tell we're more than likely going to have to put two coats on. Here. You can see how the wood is starting to absorb the paint. So absolutely we're going to have to do a couple of coats. So let's put this over here and let that dry. Show you guys how it's going to look. So it's going to look pretty good. There. I think that's fully coated. And usually with this paint, we don't have to put more than one coat. So this should be good. So let's put this aside to dry. That looks pretty good. I think the gold makes them look very nice. So we can go ahead and we'll put this one aside too. So that dried nicely. So let's put the other coat and see if we need a third. Hopefully we don't. Alright, I guess we'll let that dry and then we'll see if we need to put a third coat on. Alright, I think that we'll get away with one coat on the yellow. Nice. Yeah, I think it's going to need another coat. Alright, still kind of, well, no, it's dry enough. We can put another coat on. Alright, let's start a third coat. And regardless of how it looks, I'm hoping this will be the last coat. Yeah, that looks good. Because you can see how the ship looks freshly painted and it looks nice and thick. So, and remember, this is the part that comes in contact with the ocean water, so this part will be the heaviest coated. So that looks good. Okay, that's all set. Okay, so she had some time to dry. And, yeah, I think 3 coats will be sufficient. So we can move on. I'm not sure if we should, maybe we should move on with the back first. Let's try to get the back. Let's see. We can do the windows, we can do the section above and around the rudder. So with that, we'll be using the tan. When it comes to the windows, there are 3. They're not huge, because you can see there's actually the section that's built out over the stern, but this is flat, so we don't really have a choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in the 3 windows, and we'll go back and then we'll frame it in. We'll do the white. Yeah. It's tough because I'm doing it freehand, but I'll show you guys the way it's going to look. We got the formation of the windows. And what I'm going to do is we're going to frame it in with the white, and then we're going to put the little lattices that you can see in the windows. We'll do that after it's dry. Let's go ahead and we'll do the bottom of that lattice part. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's take care of the other side. So far, I think that looks pretty good. We got the bottom of the section where the rudder goes up, it goes in, and again there are 2 compartments here that have a door, and there's 1 cannon behind there where they can use to fire in the back. So all that's left for the back is when it's dry we can do the black on this strapping, then we can do the white and do the windows. Well, I guess there's still quite a bit to do, but it's starting to get there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue the beige down to the front. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see how it's starting to bring the ship together. Yeah, and we can put the white. That'll bring it out really nice. And again, we'll do the green for this section, and maybe we're going to do the blue for that. Let's So I think we're going to continue the beige or tan across to the bow section. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. It's going to go right across. Alright, so I want to get the tan in as a prominent color. I think that's what we did. So when it comes to the green, let's see. This is really the only green that I have. It's not a bright green like a Celtic green. See, it's not really a green like that. So let's see how this looks when it's on the wood. So we're going to run the green along the side, and we're going to pick it up at the bow, because there are sections of the ship that the model doesn't have. So why don't we go ahead and we'll start working our way around. We'll do this section first and see how it looks. And a single coat should be good enough. And you can see that's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. And don't worry how sloppy it looks. We're going to do the lattice or the slats, and that's really going to bring out all the colors like on the ship. So, and with the front at the bow, we're going to put the trim black like it is on the ship. So I think we're going to move on, and we got the blue section to do, and that would be it. Yeah. That's going to be way darker blue than I want, but I don't have a sky blue. Yeah, again, it's a little darker than I had wanted. Hopefully when we do the white and the other colors, it'll kind of pop it out a little bit and it won't be as overpowering. Let's do the other side. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'll show you guys the color scheme so far. Let's actually hold it up to the back of the ship. Like I said, everything will start to kind of come out a little bit more when we do the trim, because that's why it looks kind of sloppy right now, because there are more levels on the actual ship than on the model in order to get all the colors, and we still couldn't do the maroon. So we're going to make one of the lattice works maroon, maybe this section. And then there's going to be maroon on the, like a checkerboard effect, maroon and green. Okay, so I had plenty of time to dry. All the different colors look good. Let's get it to, I want it, yep, there, that's a good one. Don't mind the ugly guy. We'll just look at the ship. You can see I've got some of the lattices that we need to do. And I think we're going to start. The first section of black is going to be what separates the white underneath below the waterline and where the cannons are going to go. There. See, and you can see when you hold it down, the tip gets saturated. Just like that. And then we go and ahead and we put it on the wood. So, hopefully you can see that. It looks pretty cool. And now let's move on to the other side. And the rudder doesn't have any black on it, as you can see, so let's go to the other side. There we are. You can see the way the black line is running across. Like I said, there's a couple of spots that I'm not happy with. I want to go back and we'll touch it up with the white. Yeah. And this section is going to be white. And we may do this section maroon. I'm not sure yet. The maroon going all the way down, and we'll do the front. All right, I'm going to show you guys now how I'm going to do the windows. There. It's not perfect, but it shows you guys that there are windows there. And we're going to wait for that to dry, and I think I'm going to have to put another coat on. But just to get the, show you guys that there are windows there. See how that's starting to look better? With the white. Well, it's looking pretty good so far. There. So what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to wait for this to dry. All right, let me give you guys a bit of an update. What I did last night before going to bed was I actually, I had to put another coat on the white, and I wasn't really able to use the marker because it wasn't really strong enough, so I had to use the testers with the brush. And because the ship, let's see if I can get a good side view, you can see the little pillars on top under the hand railings are white, so we had to do those. And the railings on top of the ship are white as well, and you can see at the aft end of the ship there's yellow, so I had to put the yellow in. What we're going to do with the deck is the bottom of the deck, we're going to do the colonial maple. We're going to stain it, and then these structures that are on the deck will be the dark stain, actually with the exception of this. This is actually white, as you can see, so we'll paint this white as well. But I'll probably do that after I do the stain. But anyway, I cleaned up the edges, and it's looking pretty good. Now when it comes to the cannons, because it's more of a novelty, like a little novelty toy ship. The cannons are oversized. Let me see, where did I put the cannons? Here they are. I'm wondering if we should go ahead and actually do the cannons as they are with the model, because the ship, when I had gone, the doors or the window hatches were closed. The cannons were not sticking out the sides of the ship, and the model wants it to be where they're sticking out the ship, out the side. And let me show you again how the cannons look. See how they look kind of novelty and toyish? So what I'm thinking is, when they go into the side, they're going to go right here, like that. I was thinking what I could do, we could do one of two things. I can paint an area to symbolize the opening of the window. We can have this sticking out of it, and I can paint these black to match the cannon. Or, the way the ship looked, I can put small little squares and paint them to look like the hatch covers, and then put them on. See, if we do it like this, let me put the cannon in on the side. So we can do it one of two ways. We can do it with the doors closed, where there are no cannon, or I could do the opening and then we can paint the cannon. But if I go strictly by what we saw when we went to the ship, all the hatches were closed. So I'm wondering if it would look better with the hatches blacked out, painted black, and closed. Yeah, what do you guys think? We can do that, paint them black. And that way there, all the cannon door will be closed, as opposed to having them sticking out. Let's see, we could probably go down a bit more on this one. There we are. And that way there, the door will be closed. I think that'll look better. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to paint them all now. There we go. All right. Now there's 8 of them. So we got to do 4 more. Yeah, went ahead, we closed the cannon doors. All right, let's do the other side. There. I think I'm going to leave well enough alone, and we're going to leave them like that. So that looks good. Everything is painted. I think the only thing we need to do now for painting wise is to do the checkerboard along the side. Let me go ahead and show you guys. See the checkerboard? So we're going to have one on top. that's going to be the green, and I think we'll do the one on top of the blue as red, the way it looks on the actual ship. And just like that, we got to go all the way down. There we are. So we got the green. And why not just go all the way around? And make sure we're going to get the right one. So that one will be right there. All right. And that doesn't go on the back, just on the side. So compare it to the actual ship. All right, looking pretty good. So I think we're going to do the red. We can go ahead and why don't we glue these pieces to the base. That way there, they'll be all set. And I want to make sure the seams are lined up on the sides so they don't really see. Looks good. Here. That looks pretty good. There. Look at that. I don't know. I wonder why they do this. Is there a significance to this pattern? Does anyone out there know why they do that, or is it just for decoration? I don't know if there's a reason that they paint it that way, but I think we're going to hold off putting it on the base until it's dry, because I don't want to risk messing it up. So we're going to let the doors, the cannon doors, dry, and we're going to let the paint dry, and that's it. We're finished painting the hull. But my friends, I thank you for following along with me, and the next video will be coming up very shortly where we actually move on. But this, I wanted to paint the hull, and she's ready. Next, we're going to start putting up the masts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.